Yo, what's up YouTube, back again in another video. Today's video you're going to be watching me go through, the tips and tricks for getting to rank 1000 in Call of Duty World War II in 2022. Man, hope you all enjoyed the video. This took me a while to make, kind of just going through everything. I had to take a couple takes at it, and I still stuttered and fucked up some words in here, but it's okay. It's alright, man. It's 2022, man. It is what it is, but I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this helps you guys, and yeah, again, if you guys like the video, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and let's go right into the video. What is up, YouTube? Back in the video, man. As you guys probably hear in the intro, if I don't do an intro for this, basically, today I'm going to go over the updated 2022 Road to 1000 tips and tricks, game modes, weapons, and streaks, class setups, that type of stuff, and what I think you guys be grinding for if you're playing the game, or coming back to the game, or getting the game for the first time in here in 2022. So a little bit about myself for the count. For anyone who does not know my channel, who does not know who I am LS, and I'm only doing this because I feel like it's important for people to understand, so they can trust where this information is coming from as a person, as a player, right? Because you don't want to be given information by someone who you know nothing about, who could be completely telling you the wrong thing. Just like, you know, there's a lot of YouTubers out here that try to tell you, like, this is the best class setup, but like, you're like, bro, who are you, bro? Who are you, bro? Or whatever it may be. So a little about myself. I'm, been playing COD for about 13 years, 6 or 7 of those competitive years, and I ended Modern Warfare 2 and Advanced Warfare with 3,000 nukes on each of them. And now this game I'm sitting at 592 nukes at the moment, but hopefully today hit 600. That's the goal today, is try to get the last 8 that I need to hit 600. I've been playing this game since launch day, even pre-launch, since private beta and public beta. And I put almost in 2021 alone, I put over 300 hours in the game. And I probably put easily 600-700 hours in this game in 2020, and then as well as 2019. So I've definitely put some time in this game. All right, some time. So with that being said, it's kind of like who I am a little bit, kind of like the very, 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 very brief of who I am. So getting into this, we should come and go over some things, and basically the base grind. So anyone that's coming here, if you're already Max Prestige, you don't have to listen to this part. This is just for those who are completely new to the game. So coming into the game, you get 10 prestiges, level 55 each prestige, right? When you hit your 10th prestige, you heal up to level 56. When you hit 55, and you'll be officially a Master Prestige, and you can grind to 1000. There's also divisions. If I remember correctly, there is a few divisions. There's about, I think, 7 if I remember correctly. No, 8. I'm sorry, there's 8. And you can get all these to Prestige 4, which I have done. These 2 right here show that I'm not the Prestige 4, but they actually are Prestige 4. It's just that I have not finished getting the last little bit of XP to get them to that point. So those are some of the things you can grind right off the bat, right? Those are your divisions. You can grind your rank. There's also a social rank. You can get rank 20 on social rank. That's 250,000 score in social. This will get you verified through the game. It doesn't do much. It just makes your name shiny when you're in headquarters. With that being said, we're moving on to the next thing. This is where people that are Master Prestiges or not Master Prestiges can also hear in. Best modes. We'll get the modes out the way, right? You have a lot of modes to pick from. Shipment, you got TDM, Dom, War, Free-for-all, and the list goes on, right? I mean, we got tons of options. Tons, right? The absolute top 3 modes you want to be playing on this grind will be Dom 100% of the time, alright? Then second would be Domination, Hardpoint, and Kill Confirmed. This playlist is just good. People see Dom, they see Hardpoint, they just jump in the playlist. So lots of news to play the game. I think the #1 best playlist is definitely going to be Hardpoint. A lot of these tutorials are going to tell you that you're going to level up quicker or faster on shipment. You're not. Alright, it's false. It's a false statement. It's inaccurate to the fullest extent, right? Hardpoint is going to be your best bet. Zombies give you tons of XP, especially since it's double everything permanently in the game. And plus a lot of noobs, how was I say noobers, what the fuck is that? Noobs play this mode, which is good for your KD ratio, so you can keep your KD kind of high. With that being said, that's the modes, right? That's the base of the modes. You can play Infected, Free-for-all, Gun Game, Surge, whatever else you want, but just know you're not going to hit 1,000 fast within that time period. For reference, it took me about 10 to 11 months, about a year, to hit 1,000 without double XP, with me in doing full-time high school, because high school was, majority of my time, and then with a part-time job. So, it wasn't too bad, right? So going into weapons, you're going to be using a couple weapons, about 10, if you're like a large player, right? If you're into using multiple guns. If you're into one set of category weapons, first off, don't be that person. Don't be stuck to one category. Don't be TKO, and don't be these snipers who think that's skill, right? Skill is definitely driven by, being able to understand the entire game, not just one aspect of it, okay? But besides that, right, if you're going into this with one set of weapons, you might only need 2 or 3, alright? But if you're going into it with a sense of, I want to master everything, I'm going to give you a little bit of everything, okay? So, first off, STG, dominant gun. If you get good with this thing, you will literally dominate the playing field at range 99% of the time, right? I barely lose gunfights at this thing at range. Close range, it struggles. Long and medium range, you will absolutely dominate with this class specifically. It just hits, man. It does. It just hits. It's like crazy. Okay. Your second gun you're gonna be using a lot is the PPSH, man. You're going to be using this thing a lot, dude. You're gonna be using this thing a lot. I don't even use the PPSH a lot anymore. But you can see I have 23,000 kills. It's one of my most used guns, kill-wise in the game. Which is crazy, because I've used that majority of my 1,000 grind. Another gun you're going to be using a lot is the Irma, man. You're going to be using a ton of the Irma, dude. The Irma is amazing. It's probably one of the best guns in the game. It's like the STG, and so it's very good at range. And again, it's one of those guns that's really hard to beat at range. Usually the STG and this gun go at each other pretty hard at range. But what this gun does that the STG can't do is, this gun's an insanely good gun with rapid fire at close range. So you can go absolutely insane with it in close range. Also, guys, by the way, little side note, sorry if I sound kind of weird. It is at the current moment 4 in the morning, and my sinuses are acting up this morning, so I'm a little all over the place right now. So I do apologize if I sound weird. Not if you're sniping, right? So you want to snipe. You're playing Gustive. No one wants to use an STG on Gustive. So I'm going to come down here to my sniper classes, right? And run this baby right here, man. Run the M1903 Springfield, man. The Springfield, and for everyone that's wondering why it's not called the Springfield in game, it's called the M1903. In real life, it's called the M1903 Springfield. That's its real name. I just like calling it the Springfield because, I mean, that's what it is. It's easier than saying numbers. But the M1903 Springfield is definitely the best sniper in the game. I don't care what anyone says. It is dominant, man. And you can see just by my kills and hits ratio is so close together. I mean, within 100 kills or less. Which tells you that almost every time I'm hitting someone, I'm getting that kill, right? It's not taking me multiple hits to kill someone. Okay. It's dominant. 99% of the time you're getting it one shots if you hit upper body. Even if you hit legs, if they're weak, even if they were hit by a stun grenade, you can one-shot them in the leg. And it aims in extremely quick. It has one of the fastest ADS times in the game if you're using it correctly. One thing I do see a lot of newer players doing and making a mistake is something I found out a long time. I didn't find out till pretty late in my grind, is rapid fire does not help you at all. It does nothing. It has never, like, as long as I've used rapid fire, it's never affected how I shoot or how fast I shoot. Like, it does not affect it, right? And I find myself getting better feeds, higher kill streaks without using it than when I am using it. So don't run rapid fire on your snipers. It doesn't work. Unless you're in, like, the Carabin, which you probably won't be. Until maybe, unless we get into the other half of the video, which is like camo grinding. That's a little different. Obviously, then the other sniper you can use, if you're feeling it, is Cod 98, just because Cod 98 is literally dominant in every game that it's in. Modern Warfare, Vanguard, World War II, World of War. Every game it's in, man, it's dominant. Warzone, it goes crazy in Warzone. So use that, right? And if you're using secondaries, use a machine gun pistol, dude. I mean, you can use a 1911. I know a lot of people like the 1911. It's not that great. Its damage is okay, but in the large sense of things, it's not that great. I do recommend the PO8. If you get good with the PO8, you can dominate on the playing field with this thing. I mean, it is a 2-shot to 3-shot kill, and it goes hard, man. It does. But if you're looking just for overall, like, clutchness, use a machine gun pistol. It comes in clutch. Especially with extended mags, you get, like, what is it? I think it's, 15 rounds. So, it's enough to hold you over. Next big gun we're going into is probably going to be the grease gun, man. The grease gun, dude, it's just... It's that shit, man. It's that shit, dude. And overall, I just think it's just a solid weapon to use with the right class setup, right? With the right class setup, this thing is a beast, alright? And you're taking notice, right? All these guns I'm talking about are not LMG-based, not shotgun-based. That is because those guns take no skill. And you will see that when you're grinding and playing. They are so easy to use, so don't use those. Be better. Alright, be different, be better. If you have to use LMG, this is what I use. I use a Lewis. It's just a solid weapon to use. If you have to use an LMG. I maybe pull this thing out once in a great while. Most of these kills and all this is from back when I was playing with my 6-man on shipment. So, take that with a grain of salt if you will. But that's basically the top guns. All these other ones are guns that you will master eventually. I wouldn't recommend, like, the bar anymore. The bar takes a special skill now to use because it got nerfed pretty hard. So I wouldn't recommend it. The MP40, sure, it can be okay. But honestly, if I'm being real, and this is the only time in the game I think I'll admit this, but the MP40 just does not feel good without the Durima 2. If you don't have this variant, the MP40 just feels trash. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the iron sights, bro. But the rest of them don't feel great. But that's being said, that's for the majority, that's guns. Moving into the next part is divisions, man. What divisions should you use on the grind? I mean, now, I'm pretty biased. I have 111,000 kills with the infantry division. I just think the infantry is the best overall. For just playability, having those extra attachment, it just works, right? And I'm running specialists, so, like, I cancel out airborne already with specialists, which I'll get into in a second. So it doesn't make sense. But if you want another division, I do recommend 2 other divisions, which will be airborne and armored. They are just some of the top divisions in the game. It's kind of common sense, right? I mean, it's okay to run mountain because mountain has ghost built into it. But I mean, even then, I see people that run mountain still not really last in gunfights. They don't survive them any differently, so it's not a huge difference. But yeah, if you're gonna run any other division, run armored or airborne. Armored saves you from grenades, stuns, and all that type of stuff, and then of course airborne is more quick and to the point. You know, it's better if you're using pistols or SMGs on the smaller maps. You can really just zoom around the map, right? Basic trainings, bro, just run specialists, bro. Streaks in this game are great, but once you earn your nukes, you will never want to go back, alright, to streaks. Specialist is amazing, man. It basically gives you every perk in the game. So we'll go through some of the perks it gives you. So you can get, you'll get espionage, you'll get clandestine, I might pronounce these wrong, by the way, I'm sorry. Escalations, instincts, you get hustle, lookout, a gunslinger, you'll get undercover, you get forage, flanker, scoped, energetic, hunker, inconspicuous, and remedy, dude. You can get so many. You also get launched. For some reason, I kind of swore you didn't get launched, but I guess you do. So you get all those perks, man, and that's after you get 8 kills. So if you're on a new streak, you can get this specialist fully kicked out pretty early on, right? Best lethals and tacticals. Tacticals are gas grenades, man. Gas grenades are critical, dude. Even with armored, they can still fuck you up by visually. Don't run smokes. They're useless. They just annoy everyone. Your teammates and you and the enemies. They annoy everyone. Stun grenades, they're just bitch things. Don't use those. Flares. Flares are pretty cool. I don't mind flares. I just don't like how flares take long. Like, you know, gas grenades are so much quicker than a flare. And for the most part, if it's you're against a good player, flares aren't going to affect them. Lethals, stick grenades, 100% the best. Besides maybe throwing knives, if you're good with them. Me personally, I'm alright with throwing knives in this game. I don't knife enough to really hang out with them too much. I'm mostly sticking stick grenades, pun intended. For the majority of the time, they're what you want to use. C4s are garbage unless you're using Saboteur, and Saboteur's kind of a dick move if you're not playing Shipment, and even Shipment's still a dick move. So that's a generic base class up stuff. Also some pro tips: don't ever use lens sight. Okay, never use that. And also on anything other than shotguns, never run steady aim. It's trash. And if it has an ACOG here, we'll go to an AR to show you. Let's see here, AR. Don't ever run ACOG or bayonet or the noob tube. Just don't run any of those things. They're not useful. I can promise you that they're not useful compared to like a cinematics rapid fire or whatever. So that's class setup stuff, kind of some basic stuff. Also, another fun fact before we get too far from divisions. In order to unlock the nuke, yes, you have to unlock the nuke in this game, but in order to unlock the nuke, you just have to prestige infantry, airborne, armored, mountain, expeditionary, and that's it. Once, each of them. So get them prestige 1, each of them, and the nuke will be secretly unlocked. But now we're going into the next section, which is camo grinding and what you should be focusing on first. Okay. If you're going for chrome, one of the biggest things you want to do right off the bat is make sure all your guns are level maxed, find your class setups, get good with them, and then just start knocking those headshots out, man. Knock those 100 headshots out. If you're coming from Call of Duty Vanguard, Modern Warfare, Cold War, then you should be super easy in retrospect, right? But knock those headshots out. I recommend starting with guns like the launchers. So you need 2 launchers. Knock those 2 out the way. You need the shovel. Shovel's pretty fun. I want to start using the shovel more often. I've actually enjoyed using it on zombies, so I might start using it more often online. And then also knock these 3 pistols out. Get the secondaries out the way, man. Trust me, you'll love it in the long run. Then I would knock out the shotties. The shotties is probably the worst primary class to get diamond, because the only good one is the combat. Otherwise, the other 3 you have to definitely play hardcore for. Snipers aren't too bad, because you only have 4 of them, and one's a semi-auto, so you don't have like 2 or 3 semi-autos. And then the 3 easiest are definitely the SMGs, assault rifles, and LMGs. And I would stick with the semi-autos first. Get the semi-autos out the way, so you got your M1 Grand, M1A1, and your SVT. Get those out the way. Same for LMGs. Get your slower ones out of the way, so your Bren. Get that out the way, man. Get rid of it. SMGs. I first get the Waffle and the Tommy gun. For the fear fact is they're just more. They're more harder to go positive with in a sense. I mean, they're not bad in any way. It's just your grease gun, your PPSH, your MP40, your Type 100 are going to have less recoil, so you're going to be able to laser people a little bit easier. So keep those to the end. Keep the fun ones to the very, very end. I made the mistake of going the opposite. Did all the easy stuff in the beginning, and the very last thing I had to do was launchers. And I was in a hotel room with Wi-Fi. It was garbage, and it was terrible. All right. Don't worry about DLCs. Come back to those. I'm still working on my DLCs. I am 5 years into the game and I still haven't finished all of them. But the fear fact is a lot of these DLC guns I just don't rock with. I got nukes with them and then I just never use them again. So don't really worry about them. Do something you want. Like I got the Nambu done, and I think I got the Irma Gold Chrome, the Biowick. I think I got the M267 Chrome. So get the ones you want to get Chrome if you want to. Don't worry about them. Other than that, camo-wise, everything else is going to be pretty good. Again, play a lot of Horde Point. Horde Point is going to be the best option for you in the long run. And just in general, right? It's going to have more players. Horde Point does seem to be the more dominant playlist other than Shipment. And Shipment will make you mad very quickly. Streaks, I keep telling people, man, the best streaks to run is quick recon, aircraft, flak guns, and paratroopers if you're running streaks. Then of course, if you're running ball turret, run a ball turret. If you're running like the blitzkrieg base training. Don't run counters. Don't run counters. They don't do anything. They literally don't do anything. The only thing they do is destroy a UAV or other counter UAVs. So if you want a streak to sit there and waste your time, sure, use it. But if you're using flak guns already, it does the exact same thing, plus more. So just use flak guns. Doesn't make any sense why anyone would want the counter. Don't run flamethrowers or Molotovs. They're just not useful. Don't be a douchebag with artillery barrages. Fuck off. Don't be that person. Emergency care packages and the regular care package are alright. I mean, you're up to just RNG with the game, and that's just not fun. Fighter pilots, glide bombs, and the mortar strike are alright. I mean, they're just whatever streaks. You're not going to get a shit ton of kills, especially if you're listening to my advice and playing bigger maps. They're just not convenient. It's different on shipment because you're close quarters. Everyone's going to be spawning in the same spot over and over again. Ball turret, paratroopers are definitely top tier. They're worth the grind, 100% if you get them. And then the firebombing run and carpet bombing run, they're kind of just there, you know? They're kind of just there. They're fun to use if you're going for a high kill game, but if you're going for nuclears, they can fuck you over, they can kill you. So, careful with that on that end. Alright, we made it through the big chunk of stuff. Now we're going through the finer details. First off, when grinding for rank 1000, be patient with yourself. You can see my account, right? I have over 600 nukes, and if you're in my streams, you see I drop 60 bombs, 100 bombs, 70 bombs, 80 bombs, whatever it may be, all the time, almost every game. Top of the leaderboard every game, always have to play the game, and I still have a 1.9 KD in this game. Don't take your KD that seriously. Me, I got hurt with KD because of the Chrome camo grind, due to my financial situation at that time, which kind of fucked me over during the grind. Right, that fucked me over. Your KD will look better if you are a good player. If you're even a decent player, it will look better than mine. That is fine, and if it becomes worse than that, it'll be fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Same with win-loss. No one gives a fuck about win-loss. The people in these games that are arguing about win-loss, no one gives a fuck about you, okay? Stop worrying about your win-loss. I'm talking to you, kidding, and fucking my teammate that yells at me because I don't play the objective, okay? He's got like 2 kills. I'm not petty. But don't worry about it. For real, though. Don't worry about your win-loss. Don't worry about your KD. Don't worry about your SPM. All those things you can work on later if you would like. Plus, you're playing a game that's super old, dude. Don't worry about it. Headshots, you're going to be around 10,000, I think it is, 11,000 when you get Chrome. And yeah, I think that's about it. Challenges, I would say, for the most part, challenges are relatively easy in this game. You can see here I have a lot of hundreds. So I would say to anyone that's grinding these challenges out is just play the things that you enjoy. You can see I'm actually almost done all my game mode challenges except for Capture Flag, Gridiron, Search, and that's it. So definitely, you know, look into that. A lot of the modes that I don't have 100% are on because those modes don't have players, is a big reason. Prestige, just, you know, go through these challenges, look what you can do, what you can't do, and just don't care about them, man. Move on with your life, man. It's not a huge deal in this game. Just enjoy it. That's really the gist of this video, right? Is just to make the grind more fun. For anyone that wants to add me, you know, there's my PSN. I'm more than welcome to give you guys some more tips, tricks. I have more videos planned today. I hope to have some peace and quiet in my house. I don't have no family here, hopefully. So I'll be able to pump out videos without having to, like, take 50 different versions of them. So I have tons of class setups I want to do today for you guys. Some nuke gameplays, maybe, hopefully. And I'll plan on doing a special nuke from maybe 600. Maybe a knife nuke. Who knows? So we'll see. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I hope this helps some of you guys on this 1000 grind. Anyone, if you have any more questions, let them down below. I'll answer them for you. Who knows? Maybe I'll even make a TikTok for you, and I'll message it to you. Who knows? If I feel like I can't explain it in a message. But anyway, guys, this is the gist of it, man. There's not much other than this. Do your orders every day. Hop on, get your 3 orders. Every Tuesday, get your weeklies. I think I'm sitting at I'm sitting at a bunch of supply drops right now. Just do your weeklies, man. Save up your honorary credits as you're grinding. And don't worry about DLC guns. When you're grinding for 1,000, don't worry about DLC guns. If you save up every armor credit, by the time you hit 1,000, you'll have about 300k armor credits. If you're doing daily challenges every single day, not spending any armor credits, you're just saving them. By the time you hit 1,000, from level 1 or Prestige 10 to 1,000, you should have about 300k, which will buy you pretty much everything in the game in one sweep, right? So just do that, man. And with that being said, that is as much as I can think of at the top of my head. As I fucked that all up. That's alright. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helps some people. If it did, leave a like, subscribe. You know, if you want. But I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Helps me know that I'm doing the right thing. And yeah, I love you guys. You're awesome. You're one of a kind. And until the next video, it's been your boy.